Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is about astronomy. So I want to tell you that the stars are close and you could go to the stars. In this video I will talk about gravity, bending of gravity. So you saw that Indian versus England, because the Indians, if you know, reach on the surface on the moon. The fourth nation that touched the moon, and they have a rover chandrayaan 3 mission. Okay, so this rover roll out on the moon like this. So this is the way I make my videos. If you know, I seem like tea science, coffee science, and I always have something here to drink, most often coffee. This is a soluble coffee. So I wanted to tell you that the Indians somehow got more smarter than English people and the Russians and Japanese, because you see Japanese tried to reach the moon like few months ago, and they crushed, or they lost the signal, if you know. And the Russian now in the same time with the Indians started a mission to the moon, Luna 25, the name of the, in Romanian language also, moon means Luna. So in the Russian too. So but they crushed. So this is what I want to tell you, that India surpassed, real surpassed. You see, these are realities, objective realities, and this is telling you the level of science in India. And so this is what I want to tell you. I compare in this video University of England, a doctor like Dr. Katie Clough, this with Indian space mission. You'll see why.
Really, the first science lesson you have to learn forces, and you learn magnetism, and you learn gravity. So you say, name a force, and you say gravity, but that's wrong. Okay, we shouldn't actually teach children this. I actually think we should just teach them space-time curvature directly, but I'm apparently a minority view here.
So you see this Dr. Katie Clough. In this manner, they are lying on university in England, Queen Mary University, and in meanwhile, the English people and young guys do not do anything, because they give doctorates with this crazy stuff. And now look, the Indians are around are on the moon. Okay, so what I want to tell you, there is a song like in the old Indian movie. There is a song like, so there is a song, Raj Kapoor movie. Okay, there is a song and he sings like this: Mera juta hai Japani e patloon, Englistani sir pe lar topi Rusi perpedil hai Hindustani. So you know what this means? Mera juta, my jacket, is Japanese, and the patloon, the pants are Englistani. Okay, so sir pe lal, it means the hat. It is topi Rusi, it's like Russian. But you see, this is like a joke. So they have better pants than the English guy now, better jacket than Japanese, and a better hats than Russian, because the Japanese crushed on the moon like few months ago. The Russian crushed on the moon. So the Indians are better, but you do not understand that it's a real case. How you prove that you are better than somebody in something? You go there, so your science is not advanced enough. With all the modern cities, Tokyo and their science is not advanced enough to reach the moon. And how you see in the current day Indians, if you see street foods, they eat with their hands still, but the science is more advanced. And this is what I've told you, English versus India, okay? So what I teach in England, bending of space, gravity, this doctor, university doctor Katie Clough says that it is bend space. And I've told you, this is my second video on her.
Okay, now my space-time has been curved. So the nice thing about this picture is it tells you where does this curvature, this space-time curvature come from. It comes from energy and matter. So things like stars or planets curve the space-time around them. And so then when I come in with my little rocket, what I can do if I try and go in a straight line, I get deflected, right? I get pushed off course. And so we might describe this as being a force that's pulling this marble towards the star. But you can see that's not really what's happening, right? So actually what it's doing is it's following the contours of the surface. And because it's a curved surface, those contours are not straight lines, right? They are curved. So there's no magnet in this ball pulling this ball towards it. It's really just following the curvature of my space-time. So if I do it nicely, I'm not very good at this. If I do it like this, I can actually get it to go round in an orbit. And so this is actually what's happening with the Earth around the sun and the planets around the sun. Okay, we don't in-spiral so fast, don't worry. It takes a very long time for us to in-spiral towards the sun, and so we're all good. But yeah, so this is the concept of space-time curvature. And this is going to be fundamental to all of the objects that I'm talking about. So I'm going to show...
I don't have anything with these guys, but they're in my path of search, and this is the way I make my videos. I take on somebody to prove that they are crazy. Because in the end, I want to tell you that we can go to the stars. The stars are close. Our galaxy is a sphere, it's not a spiral, a small sphere. So, but I want to prove to you, okay? So she says, Katie Clough, that gravity is bending space. It is not a force, it's bending space. And I want to tell you, with this, the Indians go to the moon. They bend space. They walked in a bendy space like this.
Stars or planets curve the space-time around them. And so then when I come in with my little rocket, what I can do if I try and go in a straight line, I get...
So are the Indian spacecraft bendy space on the way to the moon? That's why the English guys more stupid. So if Raj Kapoor sing this song with Mera juta hai Japani e patlun Inglistani Sirpelal Topirusi, you understand that now the Indians can give pants to the English guy because with this stupid stuff you cannot go on the moon. So how you reach the moon? Like, how do you orbit the moon? You see, before they landed, before they roll over the rover. These are the images.
Take a look at these visuals.
They're amazing. Take a look.
So how you go to the moon? You go with mathematics coordinate. You have a body like the moon, you intersect it with motors. And you do not care about bending space and stupid things like this. You intersect the moon with mathematical coordinates. And you do not care about physics, like only mathematics. And they circle the moon, and they were approaching with a lesser and lesser orbit, and then they have some engines. And for you to intersect the moon, you need like a lasers or a radar to make the distance. You hit with the lasers, you make the distance, and you intersect the moon. And you are making to coordinate the engines to slow down the velocity. So now, how, with what gravity they go on the moon? I'm telling you again, what without these bendings of gravitational, and I want to tell you why they were making like this. Okay, so if you go with these stupid ideas that the mass bends space, you go nowhere. And English guys prove to you that they do, because this is false physics, and you teach your citizens and your children false physics, and meanwhile the Indians beat the Japanese and the Russian because they have more sincere and concrete science. So you have some mechanism to hit the moon and reach back the signal to identify the position, and you treat the gravity only when you approach the moon, like few kilometers above. Meanwhile, the gravity does not intervene even. The only few kilometers above the moon you consider to add these 3 meters per second to trajectory vectors. And even in this case you do not care, because you have the engine coordinated with these radars or lasers, and they will tell you the distance above the moon, and you do not care even what is the velocity vector added of the moon gravity. So because you hit the moon and you pull your engine to slow down, how do you know? Because the laser is telling you. So you do not care even what is the velocity speed. But I'm telling you that gravity does not bend space, and a mass body does not produce movement. The mechanical work is a force over space. You see, like this, mechanical work, force over space, and it is not produced by mass like a moon produces a mechanical work. You are observing with your eyes that this mass does a mechanical work, but is not made by gravity. And I've told you in my previous video, the Jupiter have moons that go like this and then reverse. 93 satellites. So through this bending of space, that this Katie Club doctor says, how you can make movement, mechanical movement. Like to have 93 satellites to push them like this, and in other way where I'm 93 holes in space to put 93 satellites. So with this stupid stuff English can ask patloons from from the Indians, and circular Russian from the Indians in these current days, and and the Japanese some jackets with all the civilized and schools. You understand? But this is real. They became more stupid than this, because the English guy falsified the black holes collapse. The English guys falsifies like this stupid stuff, and they take on before even the Stephen Hawking in England appeared the black hole. But not understand it, you do not allow to modify mass and acceleration. This is a simple equation, because gravity is space over time, does not has anything to deal with mass, and that's why she says that it is not a force. But if you go inside on the front of the moon, you will see the force. It is a heating force. But now let me tell you why they lie like this. They are in. Now I'm getting more serious. If it is Raj Kapoor, like I will give to you this for the Indians, if somebody will listen to me. Or galaxies. Now I will reach even, because in these days now they will observe the temperature of the moon. I guess they penetrated the moon with and they observe the temperature 60 degrees in Celsius until 10 degrees Celsius. So you have 10 degrees, you have few centimeters that are forated into the ground. It means that you have a good isolator from 60 to minus 10, or even they reach water. under the surface of the moon. And I will reach to this because all the planets were made under the cloud of water. And you can find water all over the place. Neptune is full of water, and Jupiter. And so this year I'm getting more serious. And I'm telling you, do not take one from another, because you will not go anywhere. You see, if you watch this England stuff, you're Indians, you will not go anywhere, because you are believe that these guys are good in math and science, and you are not. And they do not reach the moon, and you reach the moon, because they are lame. The gravity does not bend space. But now let me tell you from where all these things are coming, okay? There is an Hubble pictures, and already from 1900s, with a space telescope from the ground, from Earth, you can see bendings like this in some places like this. So even from 1900s, before Einstein times, you observe some bendings, so unclear light like this, you see, and light bends to a surface. In this coffee bends into a lake and a surface. And for the humanity to not found like this, like maybe some evil forces. I'm telling you that if you are laughing, but I've told you coherent manner everything that happens with the science, okay? And for you to not understand these pictures, they pretend because the gravity is hard to be understood, that gravity bends space. For to say that the light in this region, Hubble, it are the names, in this region it is bended by a mass. So if you understand that I know gravity, what it is, and it is a mechanical force, and they calculate it indirectly by observing the moon mathematically and the planets mathematically, not through mass times acceleration calculated through mass, through the mass. You understand that they lie for you to not understand, for you to do not understand that a surface bends space. Not a pure space is bent. Space is not crooked. Space is not crooked or crooked, okay? Space is straight. And for you to not understand, because you were wondering, then why in these Hubble pictures the light is like this? And the simple explanation is that a surface bends space. So you infer automatically there's a surface made from matter there. And I'm telling you, that surface, it is a border of our galaxy. They falsified our galaxy is a spiral, galaxy is a sphere. And now I'm telling you by Chandra, on the moon, Chandra, how it was made. That this it was a ball full with matter, like full with rocks, full. The water ball, like in the clouds when it starts to rain, full with rocks in it, full. A big ball. All the galaxy, big ball, full of water, and an electromagnetic energy surge inside push the matter at the border of our galaxy. The planets remain suspended at once. So you will find water on all the planets because they were made under the water. Gravity does not make spherical a body. The planets are made spherical through some constant pressure. So they are made in a cloud of water. Gravity does not produce, when you rotate a body, a spherical body. So this cloud of water was split, the planets remained at once, an electric magnetic field was circulating through the galaxy like this, all the galaxy started to push the planets. This is the real cause for the gravity. And the planets are concentrated like transistors. Like a transistor, if you know what a transistor makes. The planets absorb this.
Stars or planets curve the space-time around them. And so then when I come in with my little rocket, what I can do if I try and go in a straight line, I get
and in a near vicinity, that's what you are saying, that the gravity. The sun does not produce the gravity of the planets, does not. The sun does not push 93 satellites of Jupiter on orbit. And if you have a vectorial movement around the Jupiter like this, where it is another one, why? So you deduce that this is a field, and you understand, and they push it. They push the planet, okay, because the mass is not movement. The mass is mass. The mass does not produce movement. So you understand the gravity does not bend space, and the space you see like this, it is on a surface. The galaxies that they are saying they're stars pouring clouds, extract electromagnetic, like a lightning extract electromagnetic energy from a cloud of rain. In exact manner, the galaxies are simply stars cumulus of many pieces like this, put in clouds at the border of our galaxy, and we cannot see the universe. I'm telling you that it seems shocking for you, but you have, like, for these guys that do not know science, gravity, and they are not like even like Indians, intelligent, and Indians, and they do not go on the moon, and you take on them, you believe that they are smart, and they are tricking you. You cannot learn correct science, and I've told you how to reach the moon, even how the Indian reached the moon. You understand? So our galaxy was full of rocks, was voided, like inside the energy. It absorbed all the matter at the border of our galaxy. That's why it goes there, everything. And then a second wave may circulating like this. It spins the sun and the planets in this, and the planets are concentrated this by mass, like a transistor. And you treat gravity only when you reach some kilometers above a planet. You do not care until then, only to intersect it in mathematical principle, and to have trajectory on four axial, like here, to rotate on an axis a spacecraft, like a mathematical way. And when you reach above a few kilometers of the planet, you are interested above vectorial downward vector. It is a downward vector with a quantity on each planet, and this vector adds to your trajectory downwards vector. So if you go above the planet, when how Indians go, they have two speeds, one on this axis, one on this axis, and they with the engines try to bring to the zero this vector axis and this vector axis, knowing that always you add to your trajectory speed of your spacecraft this vector downward vector. So what I'm telling you wrong? What? You understand that I know science, and the Russian crushed on the moon, and you can give them some sarpala because they falsify like this, English guys. Science, the Japanese crash on the moon. You understand? So you can disconsider even this your trajectory, planet trajectory vector. If you have good engines, you hit the moon with lesser of radar, and you came the signal comes back, and you, like in the police radar, you know the delta of your movement. From here you hit the planet, you go back down, you hit the planet with the radar of a laser, you reach it back, you make a delta, you know what the velocity of your spacecraft, and then your engine, you pull the brakes on this speed until you go down to zero vector to touch down the planet. So if you see that I'm coherent, and you cannot make this through bending on space, and with this Queen Mary University bendings of stupid bendings of space. But I want to tell you supplementary that all the planets were made in water. You can find water even in the moon. Like if you find gases or petrol deep on the ground, but you have to foray it like deep in the ground. Maybe some pockets remain, like you search at the South Pole, like big blocks of ice, okay, but they are on all the planets. And I'm telling you, if the Russian collapse on the moon, why do you believe them that the Venus is like fire, like 5,000 degrees? So if you go in a volcano and take the temperature, that's the temperature of Earth. So if you go like a ballistic approach of Venus, and your spacecraft will be like fire, like, and you take the is it correct? So I'm telling you that they do not did what you are believing at this current hour. The Russians and Americans, and they still time, and the Indians are proving to you that they are smart and we can do this. But the planet, I mean, but you must understand supplementary that I'm right, okay? From Pluto, it is like a day with a speed of light, full of clouds of hydrogen, oxygen clouds, full, and we cannot see beyond the sphere. And the galaxies are simply clouds put in this manner, they are not moving. Few of them, there's not much movement at the border of our galaxy, and we cannot see what in the current day is named the universe. They name the universe. You Indians have another language and you can understand me, or the Chinese. You cannot see the totality of the cosmos, or they say universe. Only our galaxy, there's a small sphere from Pluto planet, one day with the speed of light, full of black clouds of water, and there is electromagnetic field that ignites all the stars, and this galaxy was produced at once, like voided inside. The planets will remain suspended, full of water, and okay. So I'm telling you that you can revoke some their knowledge because they are lying. Jupiter planet is full of water. They were filming thunderclouds from orbit. Neptune planet is full of water, and the Russian lied with that temperature, Venus temperature. We can go there. There's ideal condition. They were observing like ice on the mountains, and they said because you cannot have ice 5,000 degrees, the Russian light. So now it is not ice on the mountains on Venus. It is metallic ice. So they lie what they want. Metallic ice. They lie how they want. So you put the temperature in volcano. You do not you are not allowed to. So now, like Indians, they put a temperature in some zone that's the -10, 60 degrees range, but you're not allowed to infer the temperature all the planet, because we do not know the factors of the temperature, how it could be the internal factors, not only from the causes of the sun. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Our galaxy is a sphere and we can reach the stars, but I explained to you in the process everything. So but now I'm telling you like this. Who do you believe? Who? You Indians want to take pants from the University of England because they are lying and they did not reach the moon. They are more stupid than you because they are lying their children. And I explained to you how you reach any planet, how you intersect a planet, okay? And you not treat even the gravity, you do not care. And the planets were calculated through mathematics. They suppose that the sun is in the middle and the planets are orbiting, and they kept the quadrants mathematically with an angles. They saw this, like the planets are not calculated through force, time, mass, acceleration. You cannot infer from a mass the speed of the planet. Does the mass of the Mars planet create a velocity movement? You understand what I'm telling you? A rock is sitting. So Mars has a trajectory movement vector because it was given to. Maybe through the inertia principle or something, it conserves it. Or it is this real force that pushes all the planet in constant manner. So it is a force per space because it hits you, and you understand, and it is not bending of gravity. What is hard for, what it is, something in their lives is that you do not treat anything, only space over time. That's why they are saying their bendings. You do not care about force or mass. You care only about space over time relations. That's why I'm lying to you. So this space over time relation are happen to be in a mathematical circulating equations. So that's why. But I'm telling you that I'm right, okay? So we can go to the planets. Now is the time. The Indians prove that we can reach the moon still, and we can reach the Mars planet with the same technology, and we can reach all the planets. But I'm telling you still that for you to know, we cannot see the universe. Our galaxy is a simple sphere surrounded by clouds of matter. At the border, the stars are not made from gases, are hard pieces like this. They are not like our sun, and they're cold. They're cold. Our sun has only thermal flames. There are few stars that have thermal emissions. Okay, so if you understand, I am sincere and logical, and I will sing to you even like in Indian. Listen, like Raj Kapoor from the movie. मेरा जूता है जापानी है पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी सर पे लार तो पेरोसीते फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. So but I wanted to tell you that the pants is from the English, the jacket from Japanese, and your hats from Japanese, but your heart it is Indian, it is Hindu in heart. But I wanted to tell you that you have better pants, better hats, and better jackets than all these countries. That Raj Kapoor sang like a poor guy. So now you understand that when they are falsifying science and they go bankrupt, and their universities are bankrupt. You understand that the University of English is bankrupt, logically bankrupt. Okay, goodbye. God bless. This is everything I wanted to tell you. Goodbye.